y'all doing? We're here with another episode again for the Record Podcast, aka for the Record Off the Cuff, aka for the Record. Um, this is me, Rashad Averitt. Today we have a special guest, my granny, my grandmother. Um, and we're gonna basically talk about the same topics we was talking about before, as far as the different opinions and thoughts from um, women and men. Will have a man's perspective here soon. My co-host Jeffrey, but for today, um, we're gonna cover this generation's train of thought versus the previous generation's train of thoughts. And for further ado, my grandmother, here we have. You want to introduce yourself, Granny?
My name is Jessica.
All right. So we're gonna start off. I'm gonna state my opinion as far as like the dynamic between men and women. Um, I stated in my last video, I feel like women have the ultimate say so, and I feel that way is because the stigma is, as we grow up, women are either smarter than men or more mature than men. So I feel like in that aspect of things, women have the ultimate say so. So with further ado, I also like to think or ask the question: what do you think about that, as far as women having the ultimate say so, in regard to like, okay, so if a woman has the option to date a guy, she has the account. She has to hold herself accountable, because she made that choice, that decision. Like, a man is not forcing the woman to be with them. So, what are your thoughts on that? On that dynamic, and the accountability factor. My opinion is that I feel like women are not being held accountable, and when because they have the option that if they're in this pattern, because I hold myself accountable. Like, if a woman, they repeating the same pattern of being with bad men, they meet a good man, and maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 kids down the line, they finally realize, you know what, I need a good man in my life. But they have made all these mistakes. Is it recognizable for that woman? Is it recognizable for her to see until she gets to that point? I guess I kind of answered my own question. But do you feel like women are being held accountable for their actions in the whole process of getting to that quote unquote good man?
You want to answer?
Yes.
Okay, with a good man, you got to find a good man, not a piece of a man. You got to have a good man in your life. Anybody, you got to have a good man. And if they good, everything will work out fine. But if they bad, it's just bad.
Okay, so I also kind of like wanted to jump into the conversation as far as like the initial relationship that formed between a woman and a man, the train of thought back then versus now, as far as, okay, every woman that I've encountered, they always say they want to be friends first with the man before they even like get to know the person. So is that how it usually? Is that how it went? In the past versus, and does that dictate if a relationship is going to work out? What are your thoughts?
To me now, a good man, even back then, it's hard to find.
Right. Yeah.
But after you got that man, the man worked 40 years for me.
Wow.
He sure did.
Yeah.
There was a man of the house.
Right.
I worked too, but we both got together. We bought cars or trucks or what. We worked together, making less than $100 a week. We did that.
Combined.
That's right.
So how do you? What are the characteristics, the traits? Like, was it like he? What did he court? Did he court you? And what was the how was the initial like? Okay, I talked to Uncle Dendra and he said that Pop said he wanted to meet you and you gave him a date.
Cause I had another boyfriend.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was bad days back then. We was courting then, honey.
Yeah.
And he said, "What about Wednesday?" I said, "Oh no, don't come. Not Wednesday, Tuesday." I said, "Just come Wednesday."
Right. So you had another.
Man. That's the way we courted back then.
Right. And the difference nowadays is, you know, everybody got
so different.
It's so different.
It's so different.
Okay, so you've been married twice.
Twice, I sure have.
You've been married
twice. Right.
You met the second. What was the second man's name?
Sammy Bowens.
You met him in the church.
I met him. I think we might have been at a club. Well, not a club. I didn't go to the club, but we met somewhere. But he started courting me.
Okay.
And he kept coming and coming and coming.
Okay.
And I ain't gonna say what he said, but anyway, I said, you're not gonna get any more than that.
Hold on now. You're not gonna get any more than that. So you initially you denied him.
I denied him.
And he kept coming.
Well, no, not after that.
Yeah.
He went on and found the next one. But I was Lulu.
Yeah.
I'm Lulu now.
Oh, okay.
I was a bad girl.
Okay.
I was tough.
Yeah.
So after his wife died, he called me back. One Sunday I had been to church there at Orange Chapel. And he called me and he said, hey, what's up with you? I said, well, nothing, Sammy Lee. And so he said, I just want to take you out again. That was fine with me. And so we just went here, there, and everywhere.
So you got I got two things out of that. We got persistence, and I do want to bring this up before I forgot.
Okay.
What I was about to say? Oh, commitment. Where does commitment lie in the process of courting? Because courting can courting and commitment be in the same category as far as like when you the initial greeting with somebody like okay, you say that you like this person or a man likes you. The guy's supposed to chase after the woman, right? So is there any type of commitment that's granted in that whole process? Like if a man approaches you, like, you know what? Because I always point to like Steve Harvey or Will Smith, some of these guys that I look up to. They looked at that woman that they with currently, and they was like, that's my wife. That's my wife. You know what I'm saying?
Well, this is the way I was. My first husband, he just wanted to get married. He wanted to get married. Every evening coming from work, did you go to the health department? So not yet. And he just kept coming and coming and coming. So one day I said, well, I done been to the health department. Now what? He said, we gonna get married. So that's how we married.
Wow. How long did you guys know each other before that happened?
I imagine we hadn't been together 2 years. They wanted to marry fast.
Right. Back in the day. And
then Reverend Barnes, I got his ring right here. All these his rings anyway, all of them his ring. And you want to get married?
Yeah.
And Michelle said, Mama, is that somebody blowing out there? I said, well, let me go check and see. I did go to one, and it was him. So I walked out there. When I did, he had the rings on his, to give to me. So that was good. Okay. He did some smacking and blacking.
So he backed up what he said.
Who is that?
um, Reverend Barnes.
What you mean?
Well, your husband, your first husband, he backed up. As far as like you said that. Oh, you talking about. I'm sorry. You talking about the Reverend?
Yeah, the
okay,
Reverend.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, the Reverend.
I get it mixed up with the first husband.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So y'all went. He said he wanted to take you out. He took you out.
A lot.
In the midst of that, he said that he wanted to marry you.
He did. He brought the rings to put on my finger. We gonna marry on November the 14th. And that's when we got married.
So where did the idea of marriage come from?
Love.
It was your first marriage back in the day.
Love.
Okay. Okay.
Love.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, love.
So, was there like before your first marriage? Was there like a crash and a burn, and did it kind of change your outlook on marriage, or like the process of each, like the relationship? Let's say, the relationship or ships before you got married the first time. Did that change How many relationships do you say you had before you got married the first time?
Oh, I can't name it.
Really? Okay. Did you change? Was your outlook change from the different relationships? Did that kind of change how you?
Not really, because John Dean was a person with brown eyes, and I liked him because I saw him, and I told Shirley, I said, I think he's calling you. He said, No, I'm not. I'm calling you. We was. And so, I came on home. He came Tuesday and never stopped coming.
Wow.
You want to get married?
Yeah.
And Sammy Lee wasn't no different.
Yeah.
No different.
The guy's outlook from yesteryear and today's age. I think for me, coming from where I come from, I kind of relate to kind of like Jay-Z a little bit. We came from the hood, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So, I never imagined myself having a family, or kids, and getting married. Maybe that was my youth kind of thought. And then as I gotten older, when I reached 25, my whole outlook changed.
Right. You sure will.
You become an adult. But it kind of came out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? But because my mother wasn't married to my father, I never experienced having both parents in the household.
Right.
So it's something that I couldn't see.
Right.
Until I gotten older, whatever.
Yeah.
But I feel like the whole thing about nowadays is my whole thing that I wanted to kind of nip in the bud was being friends first. I've been through pain and hurt.
Yeah.
I've been through pain and hurt. Why can't it be spontaneous?
But see, this is your day.
Right.
That was my day.
Right.
And it's courting.
Right.
A lot of courting.
The commitment aspect of it, though. If you gonna court with somebody, why can't we be committed to each other?
Well, that's the way it's supposed to be.
Right.
But this day and your day is not
like that.
Like that.
Right.
It's not like that.
Yeah.
We courted. Right. Oh my God.
And it just y'all too.
Yeah, it's us too. That's right.
Was it an understanding? Was it spoke upon, or was it just like that? Period.
Well, it was just like that. That's the way we lived back then.
Right. Yeah.
And then I'm not gonna call his name, but anyway, he had a boyfriend I had courted 8 years before John Ben.
How many years?
8. Oh my goodness. Went to the junior prom at his school and went to the right out here. I did that.
So what made him be so?
Well, he was being a mortician.
Yeah.
And he was in Alabama. And he called my mom and asked her would she let me come, Cause I wouldn't stay with him, but I would stay with this ain't or whatever. I didn't know, cause I wasn't going no way. Mm-hmm. And Mama said, no way. Yeah. She'll never do that. So I never did go. But he would come.
He was older? He was older
the same age.
Oh, okay.
Same age. Same age he was. Same age. No, see, this your day and y'all days kind of, I don't know. But back then we courted. Everybody just courting.
How did you keep him interested? How did you keep him interested so long that he stayed committed for so long? Because I feel like a guy has to have some type of interest. Like, I've been in love before.
Yeah.
Probably a handful. I probably count less on my one hand how many times I've been in love. Probably about 2 or 3 times.
Right.
And I courted in each of those times. I guess you can say somewhat. It gets a little bit different as you get older. But the woman made that decision. If she's gonna be with me, I spoke as far as what I wanted. And a man knows what he wants.
Right.
A man knows what he wants. He knows what he wants.
Right.
And I feel like nowadays, after mistakes have been made, because I feel like I'm kind of right now because I kind of answered the question. My own question is that women have the ultimate say so. So now we have to hold women accountable and I feel like a woman doesn't hold herself accountable nowadays, because that's just how it is.
Yeah, well, I'm nearly 86. That was in my day.
Right.
Yeah. Before that.
Right.
We go to movie together. We just get things together.
Well, I can't commit to you. We gonna get to know each other, but I'ma still, if another man comes along, if another man comes along, like, so is that? Yeah.
Wishy-washy.
Right. Yeah.
But back then it was just courting.
Right. Yeah.
Just courting.
Okay. That's a huge question that has been answered.
Right.
And it comes from the queen. It comes from the top.
That's
it comes from Granny.
That's right.
A woman who's been around, who knows, this is coming from the top. So I feel like that's what we need to know. That's the understanding that we need to have, the conversation that we need to have.
Right.
And I feel like that should answer a lot of women's questions now. We're not gonna play the blame game. But if you're gonna talk to a man, just know that he needs, the question to ask is, how do you know if a man gonna hold himself accountable if you don't hold yourself accountable? You gotta know yourself. You gotta know yourself. That's the most important thing. That's a different topic from a different topic and a different subject for another day is having both parents in the household, versus having having a solid foundation, having both parents in the household, and how they kind of slowly but surely took the man out of the household. That's a different subject. Thank you, Granny. We've had a great conversation.
That was great.
This is
we had so much fun.
Right, and I gained a lot of knowledge. I feel like people who gonna watch this is gonna gain a ton of knowledge too.
I know that's right.
It's gonna gain a ton of knowledge.
You have to love and let love.
Right.
Make love together.
Right.
That's the only way you can do it.
And you approach each relationship differently. You don't hold You don't hold grudges, or you don't.
No, you can't. You don't need to do that. No way.
Yeah.
I never been a jicky woman. No way. Not me.
Mm-hmm.
But so many do be.
Right.
They don't care.
Spiteful.
They don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care. Doing all kind of junk. Tell one man one thing and got 50 more out there.
Right. They poison. They poison our society.
That's right.
They poison
That's
us.
right.
They poison us, and money is the culprit. Like you can't interchange love with, and you can't interchange it with money.
You can't do that.
You can't do that.
That's
because
the worst thing you can think of.
Right.
For money, for me, we had the money.
Right. Yeah.
We didn't have it.
Yeah.
We go to the movie or whatever, just get a thing. But that was my life.
Because nowadays, it's like, if a guy, the big thing is $40 for lunch. What? That's not enough.
That ain't where are you coming from?
Right.
Where are you coming
right.
from?
Where is that?
Honey,
$40 for lunch. That's some people think that some women that's offensive.
Terrible. That's terrible.
Yeah.
They don't need to be like that either. If you buying a hot dog, that's good.
Right. The thought.
You are eating.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Back in my day, we didn't even do that. You know, they would come and you want to go to mama to eat a plate or whatever. He lived in the country. But I said, no. I eat in my house with my mama.
Yeah.
That was my life.
Yeah.
They cooked just like red beans and rice and blah, blah, blah. And we ate that. That was life for us. Yeah. That was in my day.
Right.
Your day is a little different.
Right.
You still young.
Yeah.
And they just think they can get away with anything. They do think they can get away with anything. And me and John being able to live right about here in this spot 40 years. I think he died in 1999, I think. And it's on my board out there.
Yeah.
But we stayed together all the many years.
Yeah. Wow.
We had all the 5 boys and the 1 girl stayed right together. But I was the lady that, and my brother, he stayed right here. He made 90. Just 2 of us lived. And my mama had 4 girls and 2 boys. But this me and the boys, both of us still living. But anyway, we done got out and work up in New Orleans furniture. And he said, well, I'm going to go on to the house because I'm going to go to work. I said, listen, I'm going to stop by here and say sorry today. You going to stop? I said, that's what I said. So I did that.
Yeah.
And he remembered that. I just wasn't going to pass her by. But she going to fry chicken, rice and gravy. But I still had to come here and cook too. For them children I had. So I ate a little snack and I come on out of there. But that's the way we were raised.
Yes, ma'am.
We had a back porch and my grandmama, she stayed in the back. And we would go back there and talk, on her porch. That's where all the yap went on. We would just talk and everybody laughed. They was so happy. That's how we were raised. Mama back door right is still there. Her house still there. Mother house right here. And we would go there and yak and talk and do around. Used to have a lot of fun. But not these days.
No.
What's wrong with them?
Poisonous.
Sure live.
Poisonous.
Sure live.
We lost track of what's important, which was what you said was love.
You had
we lost track of that.
You had to have it.
Got to.
What you getting married and not loving?
Right.
You got to have love.
Yes, ma'am.
And we had that 40 years. It's on this obituary. Reverend Bond, I think he lived about 7 years before he died. But we was all right together.
Yeah.
Close together. And Reverend Barnes, you know, I courted him way before John Ben. And then John Ben came along, I went to court him, but, you know, it was just love, that's all it was. We made it love. Stuck together, and that was our life. And we had a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Yes, we did. Long time.